In this video, I'd like to share my latest iOS app experiment. It's called Koe, and it is an on-device voice notes transcription app. That's all it does, and I think it does it pretty well, respecting the user's privacy, doing it all on the device, no subscriptions, and the app is completely free. So I'm going to talk a little bit about how I got started on this, why I decided to actually build the app. But if you just want to get to the demo, me walking you through how to use it, you can use the timestamps to skip to that, and the link to actually download the app is going to be in the video description. So let me talk a little bit about why I actually put this together. So what actually is Koe? It's an on-device voice note transcription app. That's all it does. That means you can ramble as long as you like, instantly see the transcription, and then share it anywhere you want, whether that's to your notes app, to an AI like the ChatGPT app, or put it in email, wherever you want to put your transcriptions, or just kind of leave them there, let them gather, and then you can export a bunch of them in a single go. And it also supports transcription in 11 languages. So all these languages you can use the app in. Russian is still pending, but that should be available soon. And that's pretty much it. So why I actually built the app is because I found myself using a meeting notes app to record my thoughts. So what would happen is I would find myself in traffic, thinking about work or projects or something else I was doing. And I'd have an idea. I'd want to take those notes. And I didn't have a really good way to do that. Obviously, I could open up my notes app on the phone or record a voice memo to myself. But what I actually ended up doing was using another app called Granola. And it's originally for meeting notes. So if you're having a lot of meetings in Zoom or Google Meet or whatever, this is an app that transcribes the meeting and then gives you those notes nicely organized. You can use AI to then question the notes and ask, what was I supposed to do? What did we agree on? That kind of a thing. And so it's pretty useful. But really, I was actually finding more use for that app on my phone to ramble to myself, organize those thoughts when those ideas struck, and then put them someplace else so I could actually get some use out of them instead of just having these ideas and then just having them float away. So I'd be in the car, I'd have an idea, I'd open up the app, ramble to myself, and then use their AI system to just kind of organize them a little bit or maybe flesh them out, and then send them to either Workflowy or my Markdown notes or someplace else. So that was working pretty well. However, I really didn't want my recordings to go through a third party just for transcription. So unfortunately, Granola and pretty much every single one of these apps doesn't do on-device transcription. They use a third-party service for various reasons. And so that means some other company gets your voice recordings and the transcripts of all your notes. And that's just something I really wasn't too keen on, especially because the iPhone can already do that on the device. Additionally, you have to pay a subscription for Granola and a bunch of these other apps. And so I thought, if I could just do it on the phone and not have to pay anyone and also get the benefit of the privacy, why wouldn't I just do that? All this needed was a nice packaging around it, a simple workflow, and then I'd have something to replace this with that would be much more useful. So now I'm going to do a little demo for you. You should be able to see it on the screen. It's this little green waveform icon. Tap that open and you're greeted with the tap the green button below to start your first transcription. Tap that. You just start talking. As you can see, immediately we start seeing the transcription. We get a timestamp and we also get a word count. If you tap on the green bar below, we get to see the live transcription and then the timestamps on the left. At any point, you can end the transcription. So I'm just going to talk a little bit more so you can see that. It's kind of happening in real time. If that's important for you, you can kind of keep this on your desk or whatever and see that it's actually transcribing. I'm going to hit stop. And we get the transcription. We can also add a title now. And again, we can also speak the title, My Brilliant Idea. There we go. Now it has a title. If we tap on it, we can go back to the transcription and share it. So if I tap the white share button, we get two options. We get to either share it as plain text or as a text file. I'm going to share as plain text, and then I'm going to share to Workflowy. You can see it pasted right here. You can choose some different ways to format this before you actually send it somewhere. I'll show you in a moment how you do that. Now it's sent to Workflowy, and then I can go back and, open up the settings here. And we've got options for the transcript export and the export file naming. You can choose to include the title, timestamps, metadata, and also choose the export format. So either Markdown or as a text file. And you could also change some settings around the file naming to include the app name, timestamp, and transcript title, and also choose from a couple of common timestamps just to kind of help you keep the files organized if you do export it as a file. If I had more recordings here, I would be able to then select edit, choose them, and then either share multiple transcriptions or delete multiple transcriptions. And that's pretty much it. By the way, you've got the search option here. I didn't demo that, but as you can imagine, it just kind of searches through all the transcripts, shows you the ones that include that word, and then you can tap into them and share them that way. Now I'm going to show you on the Watch app. This is always a bit tricky because on watchOS, they don't let you do screen recording, but I'm going to try and demo that for you. So let me just see if I can get this in frame. Otherwise, it's going to be really difficult. But essentially, on the watch, let's see if I can share that somewhat. You've got the little icon right here. I've already shared it as a complication, or rather added it as a complication. You can set that anywhere you want. You get the big green record button. You tap it, and it starts recording and showing you the time counting up. And you also get a little green effect just to let you know that it's recording voice. Once you're done, you hit the stop button and lets you know what to do next. You could also hit the X to cancel the transcription process. And then at some point on your phone, you're going to get that same transcript. So pretty simple app. It only does one thing. I think it does it pretty well, especially when you consider it's all done on device. Your voice, your recordings never leave your phone. And then afterwards, the recording is deleted. You only keep the transcript. So that is it. That is Koe. If you are like myself and you find yourself rambling constantly or thinking a lot and wishing you could maybe capture those notes, especially in situations where you can't really pull out pen and paper or even pull out the phone, or it becomes more complicated if you have to record the audio and then transcribe it somehow and then put it in your notes. This just kind of makes that process a little bit easier, and you only have to think about where you want to share the notes. Check out Koe. Like I said, it's available on the App Store, and it allows you to turn those boring drives, at least for me, into nice, quiet brainstorming sessions and lay those ideas down that otherwise I might be ruminating on all the way home, and then I'll get home and forget about them immediately. Now they get captured, indexed, thanks to the app. So if you want to try that out, link is in the description. Be sure to like the video and subscribe if you enjoyed it and you want to see me come up with some more of these apps that I come up with just to kind of simplify my own life. And I think other people might enjoy them as well. So till then, I'll see you in the next one.